and welcome to our Natural Living Club workshop this week. My name is Jenny. I'm so excited to be here. We are about to make a tinted lip balm. And one of my favorite things to make here at Aromatics International, the Natural Living Club, Aromahead, is lip balm. And what's really fun is we're going to put a little beetroot powder in our lip balm today, and we're going to tint it. We made this on Monday, and it turned out so beautifully. I can't wait to make this with you. It's my new favorite thing to make, so I'm going to be making lip balm for everyone in my life. Stay tuned if you are someone I can drive to. I'm going to turn that down. A really funny thing that just happened is I printed off our recipe for today. It's naturally tinted beet lip balm. And I sent it to the wrong printer out in the Aromatics International workshop, and it's now printed on Top Dots, which is kind of fun. So our recipe is on Top Dots. I would love to know where you are tuning in from. Let us know if this is your very first event with us. If you could please pop in a 1 into the chat. We want to make sure we really give our first timers a warm welcome. We're so happy to see you here. And yes, Happy New Year to everyone. It's a fresh new year. I love beginnings of things. They're fresh. It's a chance to get in there and be really intentional with our goals and our ideas for this year, how we want to grow, how we want to expand. I know over in the Natural Living Club, which if you're not a member, please join us. We're having a lot of fun over there. If we hop over to my computer, we've got a health challenge going right now, where every single person who would like to participate, and it's not too late to join in the fun, every day during the month of January, we are committing to doing our own challenge for ourselves. We have many people who are doing yoga, qigong, just trying to get out and walk more. Our members in the Southern Hemisphere are gardening, they're swimming, just something to commit to, whether it's exercise or food or meditation or self-care. Even just committing to a 30-minute nap every day is more than enough to join our challenge and to just all come together and focus on starting this year strong with our health, which is a beautiful thing to do. We've got all kinds of folks who are just in there excited to be supporting each other, commenting back and forth, giving encouragement. And some days we just, we're not going to make it. That's not in the cards to complete our challenge. And that's just fine too. You can also find the recipe that we are about to make together right here inside of our Natural Living Club. It's called Naturally Tinted Lip Balm. Now, those of you who are in our Natural Living Club, your free gift this week, which is pretty cool, is a 4-ounce bag of organically produced beeswax pellets, which is a $17 value. We will add that to your order on any order over $30 at aromatics.com while supplies last. And this is available now and runs through Monday, January 12th. So that's just a little perk for anyone who's in our Natural Living Club. If you aren't yet a member, it's $3 a month, $24 a year. We have so much fun giving free gifts to our members. We do extra educational opportunities. For example, I'm just going to whisper what this is, but starting the beginning of February, we're doing a 6-week makeover challenge, natural living makeover challenge, where we're going to go through every area of just a wonderful, happy life and remake or make different products for that. Green cleaning, skincare. We're going to have a lot of fun doing that. So stay tuned because it's going to be something to sign up for. And I'm very excited for anyone who wants to go through that with us. We're going to have a lot of fun for 6 weeks. Each week will be a theme. We're going to do a whole makeover, natural living makeover, which is very cool. All right. So I want to go back over to my comments because I want to welcome you. And we're talking about the Bobcats. I don't know if anyone caught that game in Nashville. So here in Montana, we take football seriously. We love our sports teams, and the Bobcats, they did a fantastic job in Nashville. It was just an amazing game to watch. So yes, go Cats, which I don't say often. I'm go Grizz, but this year is go Cats for me. Hello, Rochester, New York. Nice to have you here. We've got Foggy, Iowa, who's here with us. We have Atlanta. Hello, hello. One thing, and we talked about this last week as we were kicking off our new year, and I wanted to lean into it a little bit more and just keep the theme fresh for you. Those of you who are here, we talked about what is that one word for you that you're claiming and manifesting for this year? What is that one word you want to kind of guide the energy and the spirit of your 2026? For me, that word is ignite. Last year, that word was elevate. This year, my word is ignite. And I would love to know, again, if you have the same word or a different word, please pop it in. It doesn't hurt. And it also helps to reinforce when you remind yourself again and again what your word is for your year, what you're claiming for yourself. And if you want to add in your word and another very specific goal, for example, ignite would be my word. And then one of my very specific goals is just to ignite our Natural Living Club community and just to take it to a whole nother level. So that's my big word, ignite. And then my very actionable is to get in there and we are going to ignite as a Natural Living Club and just really lean into having fun and playing and celebrating an all natural lifestyle, which is just going to help us feel better, help our longevity. It's just a win-win for everyone, ourselves and those around us. When we feel good, we're able to move, we're able to do the things we enjoy, and we can do that by really focusing on as many plant products as possible as an alternative to other products that have preservatives and artificial colors and sweeteners and all of those things. We are going to really lean into just celebrating plants, getting back into that wholesome, simple living with food, with product, all of these things. I'm really excited about our event next week. We have a guest who will be joining us, which is very cool. She and I are going to make some beeswax fabric food wrappers, as well as a couple other things. So please join us next week. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. I love these words that are coming in. It's just fantastic. We've got hope, faith, create, balance, consistency, and often, and also openness. I know sometimes when life is throwing us a lot of curveballs, our initial reaction can be to retreat and kind of create a bubble around ourselves of safety. And I love that stay openness, because you want to stay open to experiences. You want to stay open to people and connection, and you don't want to close off because of past experiences. So I love that. I love that so much. Thrive, time to move beyond surviving and start thriving. I love that so much. I love this. Renew all the good things in my life and get rid of all the bad. That is fantastic. Acceptance, accepting moms advancing dementia, and that I need help. You know, we have a family member very close in our circles who's really struggling with dementia right now. And it is something that it is that long goodbye. And it is just something that we're sending a lot of love to you through the camera, because we know what you're going through. And we definitely reach out to the people around you. I'm sure you have folks who are checking in. Don't feel afraid to say, yeah, I need a lasagna. Yes, please come over. I really just need someone to sit here with me. And I think that allow the people around you to help you is what my advice through the camera. I know, I hope everyone does have such a dynamic 2026. We are having, again, so much fun putting together. We're working on the content calendar for the entire year. And again, I can't wait to tell you more about our 6-week challenge happening starting in February. It's free for all of our Natural Living Club members. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. And I'll tell you in detail what that will look like and what you'll be able to create by the end of our challenge together. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Well, we are going to go into our recipe today. Now, you know me. I have standard, typical names for things. This is where I need your help, because right now, the recipe we're about to make is called Naturally Tinted Beet Lip Balm. And I know we can do better. That's just a placeholder for now. So as we are going through and making this recipe together, which I need to get my beeswax melting, otherwise we're going to be here for 4 hours. If you have a clever or fun name for the tinted lip balm recipe we're about to make together, please pop your suggestions into chat, and that will be your entry to win. We are choosing 3 winners today to win our $25 gift card prizes to 3 people who submit a fun name. Now, you can submit any name you would like, and you're eligible to enter the giveaway, even if your title or your name for this recipe is not selected. So please, as we're going through, pop in a name you think we could use for this particular recipe. Devin's going to build it out on the Aromatics International website, and we'll use that name as the real name for this recipe that we're about to make together, which is very cool. And again, those of you who are joining, we're so happy that you're here. If you're watching the replay, You are such a valued part of this community, and we're so thankful to have you here. We know this isn't the perfect time for everyone, and so the replay is a fantastic way to stay connected. And then come on over inside of the Natural Living Club and keep the conversation going. We have a lot of fun doing that over there. All right, well, oh, we've got names coming in already. Berry Beet Balm, I love it so much. Okay, let's get our beeswax melting because it's going to take a little while. One pro tip that one of my friends said recently, and people have different opinions of microwaves. 100% respect that. Some people do not ever like to use them. Some people are like, well, what's the problem with a microwave? So wherever you are in that spectrum, you can also melt your beeswax in the microwave and it goes a little faster. But again, some people like the slower, more all-natural process of melting beeswax. And we have this tea warmer that we love using for melting. And this is going to make, it's going to make 4 to 6 of our tinted lip balm. We're going to be using this, we're going to be using our gold 1/2 ounce lip balm tins. And they're so fun and pretty, and they really pop against the color of the lip balm that we're about to make together. Look at all of these amazing kissy face balm. I love it. I love it so much. Beet Bliss Balm. Perfect. I knew you were all the right group for this. Okay, so I've got my recipe here printed on Top Dots accidentally. We're going to start with our 14 grams of beeswax pellets. Now, one thing about this recipe is if you want it to be a little softer, you would add more carrier. For example, the shea, the argan, and the castor that we're working with. If you think it's too soft, you want to add a little bit more beeswax. So we're going to just stick with the recipe, but that's a little caveat. Some people like their lip balm to glide on a little bit more. Some folks like that beeswax. The beeswax really, especially if you're experiencing winter or chapped lips, the beeswax, Karen and I were talking about this earlier this week, it actually creates a little barrier on your skin, your lips, wherever you're applying it, to give that area, whether it's chapped lips or eczema, or, I always get, my hands always get red during the winter. I have to be really just diligent with keeping my hands moisturized just because it's so dry and arid here in Montana. So the beeswax actually provides a thicker seal on wherever you're putting it, just to give that skin that's really having a hard time a little break from winter. It allows it to cover up and to heal under that particular, wherever you apply it. And it just kind of gives it an umbrella to then rejuvenate and to replenish, which is another reason we really wanted to give our free gift this week is a 4 ounce, which is this 4 ounce, this size, of our beeswax pellets to any Natural Living Club member who places an order over $30 over at aromatics.com. And I'll show you how to claim your free gift if you haven't done that yet. I'll show you I'll walk you through the process at the end of this particular time together. Okay, so let's go ahead and measure out our 14 grams of beeswax. I'm going to tare this. And now I'm going to put in our 14 grams of beeswax. This beeswax comes to us from New Zealand. And we love the producer so much. They're just in these fields creating this beeswax. And they are in a place where it's a very, very, very pesticide-free area. And beeswax is tricky that way because bees can fly and travel, right? And so when you are looking for an organically crafted, as organic as possible beeswax, it's really important what's around the area where the bees are living. And this particular producer from New Zealand has an area where it's just beautiful. It's just an organic and naturally organic area where our beeswax comes from. So we're really lucky to have this producer, and it's a gorgeous beeswax. So we're going to go ahead and get this melting because it takes a little while. So let's get that melting unless you want to use the microwave method. And again, that is completely up to you. Let's check in up on our, we've got lovely Liplicious lip balm. How fun is that? What about Lightly Bordeaux? I really like that too. Am I bleaching? This is amazing. Luscious red lip balm. Fan, just beat it. Bees and Beets lip balm. All of you, you're hired. Let's just go through and name a bunch of recipes. This is just so much fun. I know I'm loving all the creative names too, Joyce. That's just so much fun. And if you're just joining us, we are how you enter our giveaway today We're giving away three $25 gift cards to three individuals who submit a potential name for this recipe. Because right now mine is incredibly boring. Naturally tinted beet lip balm is what is my placeholder. So we're gonna spice that up and create a really fun name for that. Okay, so I want to go over and just talk about beeswax a little bit. I'm over here at aromatics.com. And again, we have different sizes of beeswax. And we also, just so you know, if you're a product formulator or you're someone that has a business, we have a really amazing wholesale program I would love for you to contact us about. It is an entirely different login and a different setup. And we really want to make it easy for our folks who are out there crafting product for selling, for retail, for whatever, to have affordable product to work with, really high quality, affordable product. So if you're someone who would benefit from becoming a wholesale customer, please come over and contact us at team@aromatics.com. All right. So again, this comes from the beautiful countryside of New Zealand. It's organically crafted, as organic as it can be, wherever the bees are going. And it has a shelf life of over 20 years. So really, this beeswax is just one of those really wonderful staples to have in your aromatherapy apothecary, where you can just keep a bunch of it and just reach for it when you need it. It has a really, really long shelf life, which is not always the case with our very vibrant aromatherapy products, as you know. So it's a great thing to keep in mind. Okay. Now, just so you know, if you're new to us, down below, when you're at aromatics.com, you can go through and you can browse different recipes. Now, another fun thing, and many of you here have access, beta access to our Timely aromatherapist personal assistant. We are having so much fun with Timely. So anyone who's in our community, the Thriving Aromatherapist, if you're one of our thrivers, you automatically have beta access to this. We're in the process of building it out. It is so exciting. We're uploading all of our information from aromahead.com, from aromatics.com, from the Natural Living Club. It's all coming together in this one place so you can ask questions and it will pull up our information to help you with your answer, which is very cool. So it's in beta mode because we're in the process of inputting things in. So we would love for you, if you are in Thrive, to be using Timely, ask Timely questions and give us feedback, because we are really excited to get it to the place where we can open it up to the general public, which is a very cool thing. So earlier, before we went live, I asked Timely, what essential oils can I use for lip balms? Because as you know, if you are in Natural Living Club and you looked at the recipe, there's no essential oil in there. And that's intentional because I want you to have the freedom to either put essential oil in or not. Sometimes I find, especially in the winter, I prefer, and I have sensitive skin, I prefer a lip balm without essential oil because I feel like, especially in the winter, it creates just a little bit of a tingling feeling that I just don't love. But that's just me, and I have very sensitive lips, and other people love that aroma, right? And that's another way to just really enjoy the therapeutics of your oils, is to have that diffusion, that passive diffusion, right? Where you have a really gentle sweet orange that can really help with calming, or you have a frankincense, or you have a skin nourishing essential oil in your lip balm that's going to really help with healing your lips, for example. So there's no right or wrong to this. So I went in here and asked Timely what essential oils would be good for putting into a lip balm. And so it came up with some great information, and it took me to some blogs and different ideas on how to do that. So I want you to make sure that you know that you have access to this. If you are in our Thriving Aromatherapist, you have beta access to this, which is really cool because we are uploading all of our AromaHead content, which, as you know, we have hundreds of hours worth of content. We're uploading it all in to pair as a vibrant search with your AromaHead courses. Like if you're going through your course, you need to know what to even ask Timely, right? But we're going to have all of that information in here. So it's going to be incredibly powerful when it comes to aromatherapy knowledge. It's not something you can just Google. So all of our AromaHead content, which we have been curating since the 90s, we're uploading into this particular application. And that our content is gated, which means Google doesn't have the ability to search our content because it's gated behind courses, passwords, accounts. So this information you can't just Google and find, and it's our information that we love and we can stand behind, which is very cool. So let's just ask Timely, how would I use beeswax, for example? Since our beeswax is melting, we have a little time to chit chat. So let's see what Timely says. Again, it's in beta mode. Every day it gets stronger and more knowledgeable, which is very, very cool. And we'll let you know when everything is finally uploaded and ready to go. But we wanted to give our Thriving Aromatherapist members early access to beta because it's just such a fun thing to work with. While Timely is thinking about it, we've got little dots going up here. I don't know if you've been following along with our bath bomb project, but I have a little follow-up I want to show you in just a minute. So Timely, this is fantastic. So Timely goes through and gives me a very detailed answer in terms of safety as well. And it adds some sources and some citations, which is really helpful if you are into research or you are a student and want to build your research paper, you're working on case studies, or you're just a researcher for your profession. It's a great tool and becoming an even more powerful tool as we're inputting information into Timely, which is very cool. All right, I want to check in on your comments and see how things are going. All right. I love all of these suggestions. Jazzy beet lips. That is fantastic. I know. We're really excited about Timely. Oh, people are already in there using Timely a lot. And I don't know if you've noticed every day or every week, Timely is getting even more robust with its answers, which is pretty cool. I think it'd be fun to make a little avatar, a little Timely avatar. I'll send it over to the development team and see what they say, which is my brother. See what he says after this. Okay. Let's go ahead. We've got our beeswax that's really getting in there, which is great. It's melting, melting, melting. So this particular recipe, we're working with beeswax. We're working with shea. We're working with a different liquid carrier of your choice. For this particular recipe, I chose argan to work with, but you could use sweet almond oil, jojoba, or a blend of whatever you would like. I'm putting into this recipe castor oil. I really like how it gives a nice little glossy component to this recipe. It makes it a little bit more fancy when you're putting it on, especially with that tinted beetroot powder. You could, if you wanted to, put in a natural vitamin E, although the shea butter, let's go and read about shea butter because we're about to put shea butter in here. I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna type in shea. I wanna show you all about it. I know I'm on our Aromatics International website all the time as just an encyclopedia and a resource. It's incredibly robust with that. So this shea butter is from Ghana, and it's a really amazing product in that this particular community where our shea butter comes from is a really important resource for keeping this community financially vibrant. And it's it feels really good to use this product in terms of our global connection to each other and the way that we can support one another with this full circle product to aromatics, to you. Maybe you are making lip balm on Etsy. Maybe you're selling it at the farmer's market. Maybe you're giving it to family and friends, making it for yourself. Whatever it is, it's a really beautiful full circle product. Many of our products are, most of them are at Aromatics International, and this one is a really neat one. It's pretty time intensive, and it's mostly cold pressed, and we're really proud of the fact that it is as carefully crafted as possible to maintain the integrity of all of its nutrients. For example, vitamin A and vitamin E. A lot of folks will speed up the process. A lot of producers will speed up the process because it is very time intensive, but it takes away from the integrity of those nutrients. So the folks that we partner with really slow down the process, and they take their time to extract the shea butter, which again is look at these seeds right here. Extract the shea butter in a way that is minimal heat as possible, that just keeps all that good stuff for nourishing our skin right there and intact. Okay, so now that I've talked about shea butter, let's go ahead and weigh it out. So our recipe here is going to use 21 grams of shea butter. Put this on here, tare that. Here's our shea butter. It smells really, really nice. It's just like a really gentle, nutty aroma. And again, so good for your skin, so nourishing. A little pro tip with using shea is that after we make these lip balms, we are going to pop them in the freezer to cool. And it's a little insider pro tip. When you do that, when you pop them in the freezer to cool, you don't have the kind of grainy little bits that can develop with a shea butter product when you put it into the freezer to cool like that. When it rapidly cools, you don't have that gritty. Now, this lip balm, if you use it up within 1 to 2 weeks, you won't experience that gritty. It's when you have a shea butter product that is months and months or weeks and weeks into its life that the gritty can happen. So that's a little trick that Karen reminded me of right before we hopped on camera today, which I was immensely grateful for that reminder. Okay, here we go. We're up to 8 grams and we need 21 in here. So let's get after it. Those of you who have worked with shea butter, which I'm suspecting are quite a few, what is your favorite way to use shea butter? Do you have a recipe that you love? What is your favorite way to use shea butter? If you could just pop that in the comments. It's just fun to see what everyone does. I've always learned something from the chat from these events, which is pretty cool. I can't wait to make bath bombs next time with a spray bottle. Someone popped in that suggestion in chat last week and then put it into the comments in our natural living discussion around bath bombs. And I was like, yeah, that is way better than the pie crust I was needing just to spritz on the water and to really, I think, would disperse the water even more in that bath bomb and make it an even nicer finished product, which is pretty cool. Okay, we're getting close to 21 grams. Here we go. We're at 20 grams. This is like baking, and I'm not a natural baker. I like to cook. But when you're baking, as you know, you need to be very precise. That's the same when it comes to this lip balm recipe, for example. You just want to be very precise. It's good to just measure everything out until you've made it so many times that you don't need to do that. Okay, I'll grab this pre-prepared paper towel, which is great. Okay, now I'm going to get the shea butter in here to get melting as we continue to talk through the products in this particular recipe. I'm also going to put your comments over here so that I can just... I wish I could be 2 people at one time and just hang out and chat and comment and also be blending. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop this in here. There we go. That's going to get melting. That's perfect. Okay, I was hoping all of these suggestions would come in. We have whipped shea and cocoa butter from Katie. Beautiful. The whipped shea recipe is really nice. Exactly. I love, it is so fun to whip butters. If you haven't whipped butters, it's like making whipped cream for a pie times 10 because it's a decadent, lovely texture. So if you haven't yet whipped some butters, we're going to be doing some whipped butters this year. I can absolutely guarantee, specifically in that 6-week challenge coming up starting February, going for 6 weeks. Every week will be a theme. We are most certainly going to be making some whipped body butter. And those of you who are interested, just so that I know, if you are getting excited about the idea of doing an entire makeover, an entire all natural living makeover in 6 weeks with me, please let me know and put a 7 into the chat. I'm just very curious to see. I think it's a fun idea. I can't wait to continue to put it together and to open up that 6-week experience starting in February. If you are excited about that, and again, it's free for all of our Natural Living Club members, just pop in a 7 into chat. We're really excited to go through that with you. Okay. So we've got our shea butter that's melting, and I need to be quick about this. We need to put in 28 grams of argan. Go up here, tear that again. 28 grams of our argan oil. I can't pour and talk. 28 grams. We're at 23, 24, 25. Oh my, we're at 27. Oh, all right, we're almost there. Still 27. There we go, 28. Perfect, that's what we want. Oh good, we have lots of 7s coming in. We're gonna have, it's gonna be really cool. We're gonna create a separate school community for our 6-week Natural Living Club makeover with different specific course information that corresponds with each week, recipes, ideas, more just supportive knowledge to go along with each of our theme each week. So it's going to be so much fun. And by the end of the 6 weeks, you're going to have products for each of these categories that you can use to do, again, experience an entire natural living makeover, which is very cool. All right, I've got my 28 grams here of my argan oil. Now I am going to put this in here, get this all melted all together, really melty. And that will, we're almost to the fun part of pouring this into the tins. Or putting the beetroot powder in is actually a pretty fun thing too. Okay, let's check in on our recipe. We are going to put in our 2 grams of castor oil for shine and for just that more extra decadent lip glossy feel, which is very cool. But we'll do that as soon as that is mostly melted. And then we're going to just whisk in our beetroot powder. I got this beetroot powder specifically, well, my brother picked this up actually, from Meadow Sweet Herbs, which is our local herb shop here in Missoula, Montana. They've got wonderful natural color that we can't wait to experiment with even more this year. A ton of herbs, which I picked up for our detox tea 2 weeks ago now. So yes. All right, while that's melting, I want to show you something really quickly. So we did, as you know, bath bombs last week, and they turned out pretty well. One of the things that I'm excited about this year is to work with the essential oils in ways that I haven't yet worked with them. And bath bombs for me is a new thing. And I had so much fun putting together different batches and different things. And I haven't totally perfected the recipe yet, but I perfected it enough where it is a fun recipe to share and to make. I want the bath bombs to stick together even more. It's kind of a gentle bath bomb, but I put a little toy in here, as you know, because I have a niece and a nephew, and it's just so much fun for that. Okay, watch this. Isn't that fun? Oh my goodness. My little nephew specifically, whenever we go to the mall, there's this bath bomb store, and he loves to go in and pick out bath bombs, and we get the most natural bath bombs we can possibly find, but I'm like, well, how is it that lilac purple? I don't know if I like that. So I'm really excited to be making these bath bombs with my niece and nephew. It's just a fun thing. I mean, if you're 4, who doesn't want to get into that green marshy bath, which is very fun. I love that. I know bath bombs can be so much fun. So a big theme for me this year to support that ignite is just to get outside of my comfort zone. I love our oils. I have such a reverence for what they can do in our lives. And I want to expand my own repertoire in terms of how I can incorporate them even more to replace, for example, the bath bombs that I usually buy for my niece and nephew, to replace that. Because again, I just am not 100% confident, even though they say they're all natural, they don't look all natural. They don't look all natural at all. I'm going to pass this over my computer to Devin. Thank you, Devin. That was scary. We made it. And the toy came out. That's amazing. All right. So now that this is getting more melted, I'm going to go ahead and stir it a little bit. Make sure it's as high as it can go. It's at 180. All right. Yeah, that needs a little bit more time. Okay. So the next thing I would love for us to weigh in on, those of you who do really like essential oils in your lip balm, what essential oils do you like to use in your lip balms? Or if you are thinking, I haven't used it yet, but what about this particular oil? Feel free to pop that in the chat. It's just so much fun to see what you do, because we can all learn from each other, right? The things that you're doing in your home that you're having fun with, share with us, because we want to do the same thing. It's just a really rich experience. It's just a tapestry of experience that we have here inside of the Natural Living Club, where we can learn from each other and grow and support and just be together. You know what? I'm going to go over here to the Natural Living Club. Someone said they want shower melts. That's how this whole bath bomb thing started, is because someone in here posted about shower melts. Right here, shower steamers, Gloria. And we have a bunch of folks who are in here, 34 comments, a bunch of folks who are in here making shower steamers. And I thought, you know what? I love the concept of the shower steamer. I also know that my nephew specifically, if my niece had the language for it, she'd be asking too. But my nephew specifically is like, I want to make some bath bombs. I want some bath bombs. He loves bath bombs. So this is the post that inspired the whole bath bomb experiment for me, and I'm so glad that Gloria posted this back in May. Although, because it's an ongoing conversation always with all the things, it got someone went in there and recently made the shower steamers, and it kicked it to the front of our feed. So everyone's now talking about shower steamers again, which is pretty cool. And this is the recipe that Gloria put in there, which is awesome. Now, my bath bomb worked really well. It was a little bit more loose than I would love it to be. So I'm really excited next time to try the spray bottle method of integrating the liquid component into the dry mix, and to see if that's going to make it even more firm. It's good enough, but I'd like it to even be more firm. So that's my goal for my next set of bath bombs. All right, let's go over here and check out comments. Okay, we've got, for Christmas, I made my girls a chai lip balm. I really like that. I like the idea of mint and spearmint. That's a beautiful thing. I know, I love a good mint aroma for sure. If you were ever wondering, is this oil good for kids? One thing you could do is you could go over here and ask Timely. That would be a great thing to do. You can also go to the specific oil and you can check it out either in your Aroma Head courses or at Aromatics International. So let's go ahead and check out peppermint, since we're talking about mints. Peppermint. We're going to go to peppermint essential oil right here. Now, just so you know, you can go down here to safety and shelf life. And this is where you can see that you would want to be careful with peppermint in terms of its mucous membrane irritation. So you would want to make sure that you're using a maximum of 1 to 2% dilution for topical use. So peppermint is certainly something you can put in a lip balm and would be beautiful. Those of you inside of the Natural Living Club, don't forget about your dilution guidelines. So I'm going to go over here. Inside of Classroom, there are so many resources for members in terms of different mini courses we're putting together, different recipes we love. And then we've got this essential oil dilution guideline that can just help you if you want to print it off, or if you want to just save it to your laptop, desktop, whatever. It is just a quick guide of how many drops of carrier or how many drops of essential oil you would put into, for example, a 1 or 2 ounce of carrier, just to make sure you're really operating in that safe, effective dilution, right? And again, you can always reach out to us here inside of the community and ask questions, which is great. Okay, mandarin and peppermint. Ooh, beautiful. Lavender and vanilla. I love that. And yes, you are absolutely able to put this exact same recipe in lip balm tubes. Absolutely. Definitely you can do that. Okay, so let's check over here on our melty situation. Oh, it's getting good. It's still taking its time, but it's getting there. We're going to stir that up. While we are doing that, we are working with castor oil. So there's a couple of things that I wanted to mention about castor oil and how awesome it is as a product to be working with. So let's go ahead and go back over to aromatics.com. Let's go over to Castor. I know it feels like not only are each one of these individual products so nourishing, so good for the communities they're coming from, so good for our bodies, and just really uplifting our skin, rejuvenating. They also just are really unique in that, as you know, Karen is incredibly particular about who she chooses to partner with. It really needs to be an extremely excellent product for us to welcome it into our aromatics collection. And so I'm at Castile Soap. I need to be not at Castile Soap, which is also an amazing product. I need to be on Castor oil. Let's go back to Castor and search Castor. I clicked on the wrong one. Castor oil. Now, if you have a favorite way of using castor oil, because it is one of those homeopathic remedies from long ago, pop that into chat. I know this is a community that I'm sure uses castor oil in many ways. We would love to know how you use castor oil. Now, this particular organic, unrefined castor oil is cold pressed. A really important note is that it does not contain ricin, which is a natural toxin in the castor bean, which does not come through in cold pressing. And this is where it's incredibly vital to partner with producers that know this, that aren't going to take shortcuts. They're going to slow down and make sure they're crafting a product that really is the best that product can absolutely be, which is better for your body, the environment, and the whole sustainability of that product's life. And so I love this particular castor oil for this very specific reason. And again, you can go down and read different ways to use castor oil. We have all kinds of recommendations here. I'm going to check in on chat. That's almost melted to see how you use castor oil in a liver pack. I love that. That is fantastic. In lip oils and beard oils from Wendy. There you go. There you go. Thank you for popping this in, Karen. She said, the reason you may not want to use vitamin E for personal use is that there are some people that this product causes a reaction on lips. My aunt is one of them. That's probably our Aunt Aura, or Aunt Sally, one of the two, who my mom is talking about. And it is, we all have our own unique relationship with these products, right? And so you need to keep that in mind as you are beginning your formulation. Make the recipe as is, but keep in mind that you are blending for yourself or someone else, and don't be afraid to kind of play around with some stuff. Maybe you don't want any castor oil in here. Maybe, like we talked about at the beginning, you want a more firm texture, so you would put in more beeswax, or you want a softer texture, you'd put in more of the argan or the jojoba, more of the shea. So just keep that in mind as you are blending, that it's a place to start the conversation, but it is not just the end all. You can't deviate. You just want to make sure that you have the knowledge you need and you feel comfortable, again, with the oils you're selecting and all of that, because some are good for lips, some are not good for lips, some are good for kids, some are not good for kids. So it's just a matter of doing your research, and the more you research, the more comfortable you get, the more you'll be able to just blend even faster, faster, and faster. All right. That is pretty much all melted, which is very exciting. So now we're going to go back to my recipe here, and we are going to put in our 2 grams of castor oil into this recipe. I'll just set that right there. All right. Let's use the little bowl and tear that. Grab our castor oil. Pour in our 2 grams. There we go. That's accidentally 3 grams, which I don't mind at all, because I was actually kind of thinking it'd be nice to have a little bit more castor based on how the recipes we've been making. All right, really get that in there. Okay, now for the fun part. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Okay, I'm going to take this off, bring it closer to me. So I'm going to really need to mix this in. We're going to take, for our color, now, play around with the color depth that you prefer. So if you use 1/4 of a teaspoon, it's going to do a soft rosy tint, which we did on our trial run through on Monday. So this time I want to do a 1/2 teaspoon, which is going to be a deeper berry tone. And I'm excited about that. So let's go ahead and do a 1/2 teaspoon of our beetroot powder. Pop that in. I'm going to mix that in first and then do the next 1/4 of a teaspoon. Now you could have a little whisk as well. Might even be more efficient than this glass stir rod that I'm using. Just a little whisk would really get that in there. Look at that color. Oh my goodness, that is so much fun. And I'm just going to double the beetroot. So I'm going to do, for that deeper berry tone, I'm going to do another 1/4 of our beetroot. Pour that in there. Oh my goodness, how much fun. Our whole team is like, how many products can we make this year with natural color? So we're really excited. Again, going back to that word ignite, right? Let's ignite and really take it to the next level here inside of the Natural Living Club. Okay, I know I meant to I have little whisks at home that are so cute, would have been perfect for this, but they are at home in my drawer, which is fine. Sometimes you just got to make do with what you have. Here we go. Gorgeous. Okay, now remember, I'm gonna pour these tins and then we're gonna pop them in the freezer. And we can show you a finished product that's all solidified that we made on Monday. You wanna pop it in the freezer because it has that shea butter and you wanna make sure it doesn't get grainy. Although you might, because it's just a 1/2 ounce tin, chances are you're going to use up the product before you have a grainy situation occurring with the shea butter, which is pretty cool. Yes, a tiny spatula. We do have a tiny spatula somewhere, and that would be, it has a little owl on it. That would be pretty cute too. All right. Cranberry powder. I have not used cranberry powder. Again, I'm learning all kinds of new things, which I love. And I have only worked with spirulina and rose powder and beetroot powder now, which I'm excited to learn more. Isn't that a great color, Lori? I know, it's so much fun. Okay, so should I line them up here on this board, Devin? Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna take this very hot thing and turn it off. All right, so let's line this up with these little tins. There we go. Move this over here. Don't spill it. Wouldn't that be one of those bloopers you don't want on the reel? Okay, we're gonna do 4 of them. That one. I put lotion on my hands right before this. Not sure that was a good idea. Here we go. Okay. 4. Aren't they cute? Okay, line those up. Do our last stir. Now you can, yep, hibiscus powder would be great to use too. I got this again at my local herb store here in Missoula, Montana, but you can get it online. Mountain Rose Herbs would be a great place to check. But I needed it quickly, so I went right down to Meadowsweet. Okay. I'm gonna pour right-handed. That will go better for all of us. Here we go. Are you ready? So much fun. Woo! Look at that red. I'll show you, it's so much more, it has so much more color than the ones we blended on Monday when we made a little video to go with this event. Oh yeah, so we have started a fun thing where every Monday, Devin, who does all things, he and I come down to the studio and we make a video of the product that we are going to be working with during the workshop on Wednesday. So if you want to check out the video we made or any of the videos that we're making for these events, just to help folks get excited about the event, to show them how to do. I'm someone who, if I see a recipe made, I'm more likely to blend it. That's not entirely true because I love to blend this, and that's not, maybe if it, a more comparable thing would be if I see a delicious food recipe versus reading in a cookbook. If I see a food recipe from some kind of cool account, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to save that and make that later. So that's what we're hoping our videos are going to do over on our Aromahead account, is just encourage people to get outside of their comfort zone and to make blends that they might not necessarily make, because it can be intimidating to make something for the first time. Isn't that so cool? I know. So once it cools a little bit, enough so that we can carry it safely. I really filled those up. Really what I should have done is done that 5th one, but those are very full to the brim. We'll pop that into the freezer after this event because they're very full. I want them to cool down a little bit. Yes, thank you, Devin. Devin can read my mind after 10 years of live events. Just very handy. So this is with the 1/4 teaspoon of beetroot powder. I mean, check that out. It is so cool. It is nice. It's just a gentle color. It glides on really easy with that castor oil. It is just so much fun. I know, I'm really excited. I mean, now it's going to look different for sure when it solidifies, but I'm really excited to show you next week what it looks like in terms of the 1/2 teaspoon of beetroot in this recipe. as a juxtaposed to the 1/4 teaspoon in this recipe. So stay tuned for that. That is very, very cool. So I would love for you to come on over to the Natural Living Club and keep the discussion going. Over here, we have naturally tinted lip balm. I will replace that with the recipe name that we come up with. So let's check in the comments over here. It's not too late to enter. So we're doing a giveaway of 3 $25 gift cards to Aromatics International. How you enter the giveaway today is be here live with us. And also name this recipe. And we have so many fun names coming in. I know the color is just so much fun. Okay. While we are doing that, I wanted to do one other thing, and I wanted to show you how to claim your free gift. So I never remember to empty my cart before I demo this. So eventually, one of these weeks, I'll remember. So let's go ahead and add in some frankincense, because I need $30 in my cart to be eligible for this free gift. Now, is it for anyone watching or just Natural Living Club members? Just for Natural Living Club members, just to make sure. Okay, so go ahead and get your cart to over $30. So I want a lot of frankincense today for some reason. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out. And this is where I'm able to add my free gift. So here I can put in, I wanna add my free gift of beeswax pellets into my order. Now it's a fresh new month. And if you are a Thrive member, or you are a part of our monthly VIP member program, you have 3 new gifts to choose from. So every month, our Thrive Aromatherapist members and our VIP monthly members get a free gift every single month when they place an order. So this, you can get a surprise gift, or you can get our lavender oil that we craft here in Montana, or some glass bottles with orifice reducer. I want that surprise gift. I'm excited about that. I don't know what that is, and I'm excited to see what that is. This is where you can redeem if you have store credit. So if you are about to win $25, this is where it will pop up and you can apply your store credit, which is pretty cool. Or you can redeem your Aromatics rewards right here, and then you can go and finish your checkout, which is great. So I just wanted to make sure you knew how to do that. One other thing I want to show you, if you, just to make sure you remember, or if this is your first event, so you know, when you go to my account, this is your dashboard. And this is where you can keep track of different promotions that are happening, because we have the Thriving Aromatherapist community and different promotions. We have Aromatics International. We have the Aroma Head Institute. We have the Natural Living Club. All of these groups weave together to create a comprehensive experience with essential oil work, either at a beginning level or a clinical level. And so some of you are a part of 1 or 4. And so we want to make sure you're able to keep track of all of your promotions right here in your account. You can also keep track of your pantry as of September 2025. Anything that you're ordering from aromatics.com from us, you can keep track of in your pantry right here, which means you have your batch number, your production date, recommended shelf life, expiration date, etc. You can look at the GC right here, which is pretty cool. All right, I want to check in. Beautiful beet lip balm. I love that with little bee emoji. There you go. How long is the beeswax pellet gift available? It is available through Monday, this coming Monday, which I believe is the 12th, at noon Pacific time, which is great. So there you go. Enjoy. I'm very excited. Right now, our Thriving Aromatherapist community is not open. We only open membership for that twice a year, sometimes once a year. So we will have a promotion coming for that and an invitation to join Thrive, which is pretty cool because you get immediate access to beta, to Timely, which is in beta mode, but very, very cool. So you can go to thriveo.com and join the wait list, and you'll be the first to know when we do open up our membership community, which again, we do once or twice a year. It's a really wonderful group of people to be involved with too. The beat goes on. This is amazing. All right. Do we have our winners?
We do.
We do.
Okay. Hopefully I say these right. So Twin Gardeners.
Twin Gardeners.
Margaret Pinnell.
Margaret Pinnell.
And D-Champ B4T.
And what?
D-Champ B4T.
D-Champ
B4T.
B4T. You are our 3 winners. Congratulations. So how you claim your gift card, email team at aromatics.com, and we'll send you an email. It'll show up in your account. You'll be able to go and buy stuff, which is very, very cool. Again, I can't even tell you how excited I am for 2026. With you and this community, we are going to ignite. We are going to have so much fun really leaning into recreating or creating for the first time different things that can support an all natural lifestyle. I know certainly it's on all of our minds how to live healthier, how to live longer. It's a conversation that's happening globally, and it's such a wonderful time to just be inside of a community to support one another with this. So next week on our NLC Live, I am so excited to make beeswax fabric wrappers with our guest, Ilan, who's coming in. I'm very excited about that. We're going to talk through some really healthy salad dressings and make a crock pot bone broth recipe just to be even extra restorative during these winter months here in our hemisphere. And Wendy specifically, and all of you who are in the Southern Hemisphere, why not have a delicious bone broth any time of the year? So I'm very excited to do that with you next week. So join us over in the Natural Living Club. Let's keep the conversation going. Those of you who are doing your January health challenge, good luck on your challenge today. I'm going to get out with the dogs and do a walk. It's quite muddy. We need more snow. We're getting snow in the mountains, but we're still in mud central down here in the valley. So hoping for more snow soon. Thank you so much, everyone. I can't wait to see you next time, next Wednesday, same time, same place. Before we go, if you could do me a huge favor and like this video and subscribe to our channel, that way it just gets the word out there even faster on how folks can make all natural tinted lip balms. Now, I didn't have a chance to choose the winner of I didn't have a chance to choose the name for this recipe based on all of your amazing suggestions. So after this concludes, I'm going to go through the whole chat and we'll choose a name, and I will put that inside of the Natural Living Club. All right, everyone, I will see you next week. I cannot wait for this year together with you, and be well and see you next time. Bye for now.